welcome to Turkey. It's very nice to see you here in Istanbul. The Turkish audience really wants to see you here for years. Whenever a survey made, your name is always on the top of the list. Did you know that you have that big fan base in Turkey?
No, we didn't. We didn't realize. I don't think I realized how many fans we had in Turkey. It's always a great honor to come to the place for the first time and play for a lot of people. But we wanted to come to Turkey for a long time and tried to do it a couple times before, but never quite worked it out. But I'm really glad we're here now. Tonight's going to be a great show.
I don't know what to take.
You made New Divide for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. How did the song came? And by the way, we have the chance to see you acting in small roles so far. Do you dream of taking a further step in cinema one day?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call that acting, but actually I'm not. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to do those movies. You know, it didn't really require much of me, just to kind of stand there or say one line. But it was a lot of fun. Jason Statham is an amazingly talented person, and the cast was always great. The crew was always great to me, so that was a lot of fun. It would be nice to get into film. I did a lot of theater acting as a child, and so I know it's totally different, but I think it would be fun. You know, we'll see. I forgot the first half of the question. So, oh yeah, Transformers. I remember now. It's coming back to me.
New Divide.
Yeah, New Divide. They, you know, with the success of what I've done in the first Transformers film, they came back to us and asked if we'd be interested in doing a song for the second film. The one thing that was different was they asked us to do an exclusive track for the film, which we've never done before. And so we did exactly what we did the first time. We asked them to see part of the film to make sure that we liked it and all that kind of stuff. And of course we did, because we're huge Transformers fans. And so we went ahead and decided that we wanted to write a song that kind of fits. Since it was for the movie exclusively, we wanted to make it fit kind of the feeling and the strain going on between the main character and the people in his life. And so we wrote, that's how we came up with New Divide. It did take a few months for us to write, record, and arrange the song, which was interesting because it takes us about that long to write 12 songs at the same time as it does one. So it was very interesting to see that happen. And then, of course, when we turned it in and Michael Bay loved the song, he asked if we could incorporate it into the sound, into the actual score of the film. And so we hooked up with Hans Zimmer and worked with him, which was a great added bonus.
They used also in the trailer.
Yeah, so, I mean, it basically was the musical elements of our song. Turned out to be the backbone of really the entire, sonically, of the entire film, which was quite a surprise to us.
So give me reason to prove me wrong, to wash this memory clean. Let the souls cross the distance in your eyes.
We know that you have a side project called Death by Sunrise. What made you to start working in another path? And which sides of Chester are we going to see in the new band, and when?
Well, the record will drop in September, around September this year. The first single should be coming out in about a month or so. And you know, I started writing the songs when we'd finished touring for after Meteora, and we had been on the road pretty much our entire career at that time, and so the band was taking a long break, and I started writing, and the songs that I was writing I felt were stylistically different, and I liked that, and I knew that if I brought them into Linkin Park that they would change and become Linkin Park songs, and I wasn't quite sure if I felt great about that. I liked the songs the way they were, and I felt that if I was going to be working with somebody, it should be somebody different, and to kind of give it something, a newer vibe, something fresh. And so I asked my friends Ryan and Amir, formerly of Orgy, the band Orgy, to help me produce the record, which was going to be truly my own solo album. And as they started working on the songs, and they started asking if they could, you know, play with the music a little bit and kind of incorporate their style onto the songs, I gave him full reign and said, yeah, absolutely, and it kind of grew into a band, and so that's where it kind of evolved from.
After the first album, you made Reanimation with hip-hop artists.
Yeah.
Then you collaborated with Jay-Z for the second one. When I listen, especially Hands Held High in Minutes to Midnight, it seemed to me like this time a collaboration with maybe Kanye West would sound great. Is there going to be a remix project? But you said about the new album.
You know, those things we always kind of take as they come. You know, we never really. We were usually pretty spontaneous when it comes to things like that. You know, if Kanye wanted to work with us, I'm sure we'd say yes. We have a great respect for Kanye West. He's a great artist. And you know, but those things kind of come when all the right pieces and elements come together on their own. You know, so when we worked with Jay-Z, MTV approached him and asked him, you know, we want to do a collab, you know, kind of a mashup of music. If you could work with a band, who would it be? And he chose us, and we happened to be fans of Jay-Z, so it worked out that way. When we did Reanimation, we wanted to do remixes of the album, and we had a lot of great meetings with a lot of great artists, and it kind of just turned in from let's remix a couple songs to we just remixed the entire album. It wasn't really planned that way, so we kind of just go with the flow, and whatever comes at us, if we like it, we'll do it.
And Linkin Park is about to finish its first decade. 10 years ago, have you ever thought of being in this place? And through 10 years, what changed in the band and what remained the same?
Well, I think the things that have changed are we kind of have figured out what parts of the business we enjoy and what parts we don't. We've tried to keep it as much on the enjoyable side as possible. You know, we've obviously grown up and we've matured. We started out as kids and now we're men, and that's you know, it's been cool to kind of watch us all grow. But I think that, you know, a lot of the things that have stayed the same is our work ethic and how we view making songs, and we've actually, I think we've gotten better at it over time. You know, a lot of people may agree or disagree with me, but you know, I feel that we have really gotten into a great groove in terms of how we work and how we approach looking at music. And I think the one thing that's also been the same is our ability to take criticism from each other and from outsiders that we bring in. I think that's really important if you want to succeed. And
it's maturity. And
but that's something that we've always had. I mean, we've always been able to, you know, I don't like that part, let's make it better. And rather than fighting tooth and nail to keep it, it's like, okay, well, when you realize you can always go back to what was there before, you find that you don't need to fight for it so much. And I think that's something that has helped us stay so close and stay so mellow with each other over the years.
Leslie, this will be your first Turkey gig. What do you want to say to our big fans out there?
Well, the first thing I want to say is I'm sorry it's taken us so long to get here. Hopefully it won't take us this long to get back. The second thing is, you know, we're going to just play our hearts out tonight. We're going to go out and give them the best show we can. There's a ton of amazing bands that have played this festival the last few days. And Kaiser Chiefs are on stage right now, and they're one of my favorite bands. So, you know, it's always fun and challenging to go on stage after a great band. So I'm looking forward to it tonight.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me to be able to talk with you, and good luck on stage.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chester from Linkin Park, and you're watching Dream TV.